Mr. Han, how long is that going to take? I am getting late. I need to leave for a bar. You said to your dad's personal secretary, who was just standing nearby while holding a file in his hands. I am very sorry for the inconvenience, Miss Ryan. Usually the boss doesn't take this much time. I don't know why he is late. He said politely as he gave you a small awkward smile. His big round glasses slid a little down his nose as he adjusted them quickly. Well, right now you were sitting in your dad's private cabin. He had called you as he had to discuss something important to you. But it's been 2 hours. You had been waiting for him, but he did not appear. You let out a loud, frustrated groan and clenched your hands into fists. You hated waiting. You hating this suffocating office environment. Oh, Dad, what is your problem? Why don't you live my life peacefully? You groaned, rolling your eyes. Miss Ryan, if you need something, you can ask me without any hesitation. He said politely. You scoffed and slowly turned your head towards him. Really, Mr. Han? You blinked your eyes dramatically. Of course, Miss Ryan. You stood up as you removed your jacket in one rough motion and threw it on the expensive couch like you didn't care about its price. Mr. Han looked at you frowning as he was not able to get what you were going to do. You walked over to the same couch and threw yourself on it. Your one hand covered your face as if you were crying for boredom. Then go and get me a new father, you yelled, whining. Mr. Han flinched and quickly shook his head like an obedient secretary of your dad. I am sorry, Miss Ryan, I can't do that. You scoffed, poking your inner cheeks. This was the usual thing. Your dad, the powerful owner of multinational company, wanted you to join the business world and take responsibilities, but you. No, you didn't want to handle any of that boring business stuff. You liked the fast life, the shining lights, the cold music, the freedom of partying until sunrise. Just then the big wooden door of the office clicked open. You lazily removed your hand from your face and tilted your head, only to see your father walking in. His expression was dead serious as always. Mr. Han quickly bowed at him. Your father nodded his head a little, but then his footsteps came to a halt when he saw you lying on the couch like a spoiled child. Clearing his throat, he spoke. Yeah, get up. Instead of listening to him, you almost stopped your breath to make him feel that you didn't want to hear him. Your father groaned quietly in irritation and gestured Mr. Han to leave. Mr. Han nodded and bowing at him, he left the room. The door closed behind him with a soft click. No, it was just the two of you. Your dad walked over to his chair and sat down before rolling down his eyes at your ill behavior. He folded his hand on the desk and stared at you. So my daughter has grown up. That's great. She hides the thing from his own father who gives her money to do all those crazy parties and to do those international tours. Hearing those words from your dad, your jaw dropped to the ground. You quickly jumped up from the couch and almost stumbled from surprise, stuttering eyes wide. How do you know that, Dad? Your father leaned back, his lips curled into a bitter, knowing smile. Oh, so it is true. Well, last night, my secretary, Mr. Hans, saw you. You were in his black car. He said you were in Ook. How I tell you? He scoffed, looking at you. You rolled your eyes, crushing your arms over your chest, your dad sighed. Fine, let me tell you because you have not 1% shame. You gasped. He couldn't see the man clearly, but he saw something strange. He said you got out of the car while widening your heels and that man he was holding them before. Care to explain that? Oh, why, Dad? Why? Why you always send your men behind me, Dad? I have grown up. It is not obvious to send your men to stalk me. Your dad looked at you and gave you a glare. I sent them behind you because you don't listen to me. Ryan, you are dating someone and you didn't even bother to tell me? Do you think I will sit back quietly while you ruin yourself? Your temple flared. Dad, if you are going to speak against me, then I won't bother either. I will leave. I will settle down on my own and I will live happily with my boyfriend. Your father scoffed loudly, crossing his arms. Oh, happily? How would you do that even? You straightened your back. I have money, Dad. I can take care of myself. I would live anywhere, but not with you anymore. Your dad smirked, shaking his head slowly. Oh, but sorry, dear, I have blocked all your black credit cards. No, Dad, you can't do this to me. You are not that much cruel, Dad. You said, almost screaming. Your dad laughed, a laugh which leaves your throat when you especially try to piss off someone. My dear, I already did, and no one more thing. Don't show your face until you prove that you are capable of more than wasting your money. You groaned loudly, clutching your teeth. Fine, I will show you. I will show you what I am capable of doing. Your dad face palmed. Let's see, dear. You groaned and grabbing your jacket from the couch, you stormed out of the office, your face clicking angrily on the floor. As you reached the quiet street, you walked with quick, angry steps. What does he think of himself? You muttered under your breath and walked inside the small coffee shop. With red, angry face, you walked up to the counter and ordered a coffee with a box of donuts. The cashier gave you a polite smile and spoke. Ma'am, payment please. You fetched out your card from your pocket and handed it to her. She grabbed it with a warm smile. You were looking around with nose flaring when the cashier gave you an apologetic smile. I am sorry, ma'am, but the card is blocked. So he was serious this time. You muttered under your breath and checked your pocket, hoping for some cash. Thankfully, you had some cash in your pocket. You quickly handed it over and grabbed your order, walking out of the shop. Walking straight for 15 minutes, you reached your one of the best friend's house. You rang the bell, and after a few ringings, Jian opened the door. You threw yourself into her arms like a child who had been wronged by the whole world. Your voice came out in a broken, whiny tone. Bestie, Dad kicked me out of his house. Jian's eyes widened. Instantly, her lips formed an exaggerated pout. She had always been dramatic, and right now she looked more offended than you did. What, are you serious? How he could do this to my bestie? She asked. But you didn't answer. Instead, you pouted. Matching her pout, she immediately grabbed your wrist and pulled you inside like you were a lost child she had to protect. She led you straight into her cozy room where the walls were decorated with fairy lights and posters of your favorite bands. You dropped onto her bed. With a sigh while she sat next to you, she held your hand and asked, softly looking concerned, okay, tell me, what exactly happened? You let out a long sigh and explained everything. Don't worry, bestie, you can stay here as long as you want. You are not alone, okay? Your eyes softened. No, I will show him. I can live a life without his money. He will see I can do it. Of course you will. You are strong and smart also. Don't forget you graduated in business. You will get a job anywhere easily. You nodded quickly, feeling a little spark of confidence returning back because of her words. You are right, I will get job easily. Jianjing smiled and patted your back gently like she always did when you were upset. And now I am sure you must be hungry. Don't worry, I'll go and make us some tasty ramen, the kind you love. Your eyes instantly brightened, your stomach was already growling as if it had been waiting for that magical word all along. Smiling, nodding excitedly. Yes, please, bestie. Jianjing laughed softly as she ruffled your hair. I know. Just sit here and wait, princess. Ramen will be served soon, she said, smiling as she walked towards the door. You smiled back and she dashed out. You leaned back against the bed and sighed as you looked at the soft fairy lights above you which were glowing. Slowly, you pulled out your phone from your pocket and scrolled through your contacts until your boyfriend's name appeared on the screen without hesitation. You pressed the call button. The line connected after a few seconds, and the familiar voice of your boyfriend filled your ears. What happened, princess? Did something upset you? You shook your head, biting your nails, even though he was not watching. You didn't want to worry him with the heavy truth about your father, so you forced a small smile and spoke gladly. Nothing, I was just missing you. There was a small pause, then he spoke. Ah, I miss you too. If you want, I can come and pick you up right now. We will go to Han River, just the two of us. You will feel better. You pouted happily for having such a caring boyfriend. You glance at the wall clock, which is fast striking 9 p.m. No, it is too late for that. Let's meet tomorrow, okay? Fine, but remember, I am with you. You felt your cheeks heat up and you giggle like a teenager in love. As the call ended, you stared at your phone screen with a dreamy sigh. The next morning, as soon as you opened your eyes, your mobile phone rang, yawning. You lazily stretched it out. Rubbing your eyes, you glanced at the caller ID and a low groan left your mouth. Ah, Dad, not again. If he has not unblocked my cards, I'm cutting the call. You muttered to yourself and picked up and spoke with zero patience in your voice. Dad, I am telling you now, if you didn't unblock my cards, don't waste my time. I'm cutting the call. On the other side, your father sighed deeply. His voice came out softer this time, almost pleading. Daughter, you know I love you. I don't want to fight with you. You narrowed your eyes at his word as his voice was too greasy. Oh, really, Dad? You love me? Then unblock my cards. There was a long pause. Seriously? I will unblock your cards, but on one condition. Condition? What condition, Dad? You have to agree to marry a man of my choice. Your eyes widened instantly while your heart thumped so fast you almost dropped the phone. Are you kidding me, Dad? This is not some joke or candy. You can replace whenever you want. Dear, true love doesn't exist. It is just an illusion. Leave him and marry the richest sea of Korea. That way, you will never have to worry about anything in life. You clench your jaw as tears pricked at the corner of your eyes. No, Dad, I'm not going to talk to you. You hurt my heart. Before he could say another word, you cut the call and tossed the phone on the bed, clutching your chest as if your heart had been stabbed. Later night, before sleeping, you had applied for a job in a big company, and luckily they had called you for a job interview. Your degree and grades were impressive. The next morning, as you stepped out of the company's elevator, you accidentally bumped into a man. His steps were oddly soft, his voice was graceful, almost feminine. Your eyes widened. Is that a boss? You thought in your mind. The man looked at you, fanning his face. You quickly bowed. I am sorry, sir. The man frowned and looked at you for a moment. He walked away, leaving you in a surprise. As he left, you shook your hand and walked over to the reception counter where a few employees were sitting. Excuse me, I came here for a job interview. The girls behind the counter exchanged looks. One of them spoke. So you are here for a job interview? She asked. Her voice was almost like a whisper. You look innocent. Be careful. The boss is really cold and rude. You raised your eyebrows in a disbelief and scoffed lightly. What? That man is rude? The one who walks like girls? Will he be rude to me? The employees widened in pure horror. They all looked at each other. You frowned, seeing the sudden change in their expressions, and that's when you heard someone clearing his throat behind you. Your heart skipped a beat. Slowly, you turned around and your eyes widened. Behind you was the real boss of the company, Jungkook. Your eyes widened, your mouth fell open as your heart began to race. The employees trembled in fear as they bowed quickly, but Jungkook's dark eyes were locked only on you. Calm but firm. Follow me. You swallowed hard, your throat suddenly went dry, but you nodded nervously as you reached his cabin door. You pushed open the door and you stepped in cautiously, your legs slightly trembled. As the door shut behind you, Jungkook smiled. You opened your mouth to say something. Jungkook, are you the boss of this company? His lips curled into a small smirk. Let it be, princess. First tell me, what did you call me? Your face flushed bright red. No, it was a mistake. I didn't mean it like that. Whining softly. I told you it was a mistake. Well, Mayan, I know about your dad, about how he blacked your cards. What? Who told you? He smirked and whispered softly. Jeon Jang told me. You pouted cutely, your cheeks puffed out just then your phone began to ring again. The name flashing on the screen made you groan. Oh, it is that again. I don't want to pick it up. Jungkook tilted his head. Pick it up, princess. But he blinked his eyes in a reassuring way. You groaned but obeyed, sliding your thumb across the screen. On Carl's turn. Dear, you are going to meet the man today. I'm going to his company to talk. You rolled your eyes. No, Dad, I won't. I already left someone, and that is final. Without waiting for his reply, you cut the call and threw your phone on the desk. Jungkook giggling, teasing. That's my girl. Cookie, yeah, why you never told me that you are the owner of chain company? Jungkook smiled, caressing your hair. Because once I overheard your conversation with Jian Jiang. You said that you hate rich people, so I hid my identity. Cookie, yeah, I was not even serious back then. And when it comes to love, wealth or poverty means nothing, you said. After a while, you walked out of Jungkook's office. Your hand was collapsed in his as you both made your way towards the main lobby. As you reached the parking area with him, you froze. Coming from the opposite direction were two men. One of them was none other than your father. The other man was Jungkook's father, Mr. Jeon, the head of the Jeon conglomerate. You gulped, seeing your dad. Your grip on Jungkook's hand tightened. Your father's eyes fell on your first and then intertwined hands. Why are you dating this guy? You gulped but then tilted your head, refusing to hide anymore. Yes, Dad. Your father looked at you and then at Jungkook. Slowly, his lips curled into a smile, and before you could process, he walked forward. Oh my daughter is dating Jungkook. You blinked in disbelief, your mouth was slightly open. He turned to Jungkook with a frown confused beyond words. What is happening right now? Whispering, frowning your eyebrows. Fate is on our side, princess. Your dad pulled away from Mr. June and looked back at you with sparkling eyes. Dear, this is the man I wanted you to marry, Jungkook, the richest young CEO in Korea. I was trying to arrange it, but looks like you already made the choice yourself. Your eyes widened even more. Really, Dad? He nodded firmly, smiling. Really. Turning back to Mr. June, he chuckled with gratitude, and Mr. June chuckled back. Meanwhile, you and Jungkook looked at each other as the world stopped. Jungkook smiled brightly while caressing your hair. See, true love wins all, princess.